And well, in a special segment, we caught up with the SMC Investments DK Aggarwal to understand the Indian derivatives market, the products on the offer and the potential for growth. Let's take a look.
The kind of potential Indian markets have, because now India is becoming a manufacturing hub and our exports and imports are also increasing substantially. So for hedgers, currency derivative is a very good tool, and since the awareness is increasing, so far, I will say that MSME sector has not been able to participate in this market because the awareness was not much there. But the kind of potential this market holds and the benefit of hedging in exchange traded futures, because here there is transparent and the impact cost is quite low, and in case of banks, that kind of transparency is not there. So I believe that the potential for the hedgers to hedge in this exchange traded currency futures is very, very high.
So then what is, in terms of the contribution of the corporate hedgers in this CD market, what more can be done to grow and enhance the participation even more in this exchange traded currency derivative market?
See, currently what happens when they hedge with the banks, when they enter into forward contracts. So generally, because they already have a lot of relationship with banks and they have their collaterals with the bank, so they don't have to deposit any extra margin. But when they come to hedge in the exchange, they have to pay margin and they have to pay MTM on daily basis, which is not the case when they enter into a forward deal with the bank. So I think that is one thing which is hampering this market. But if you look at the cost benefit, because the cost of hedging in exchange is much, much lower, and the overall benefit of when you hedge in the exchange, so overall benefit is much more than what they would lose out in terms of paying margin or paying mark to market. And secondly, when you are hedging with the exchange, so you know your margin, you know your M2M on a daily basis, which is very important to know. So I think it is a matter of time when people would realize, and I am very sure that this hedging participation will increase. What we need to do is that we need to increase the liquidity in far-dated months. We have to come out with more innovative contracts. Maybe a lot of things have to be done by the exchanges, by the regulator, and that process is on.
So, San, what's your view in terms of the competition also in the Indian stock exchange space then?
Competition is there because when you hedge in spot market, that is when you hedge with the banks and when you hedge with the exchanges, there is the margin difference because as I said that they already have collaterals with the bank and they don't have to shell out any money for margin purpose with banks. So the competition is there in that term. But my sense is that, and this competition is very fierce, but as the awareness increases, I am sure that exchanges will ultimately get the larger pie of this share. That is the international trend, and that should happen in India also.
What are the products in Indian markets can we have which are still missing today in this market?
See, there are many things which can be done. Like we do not have spread contracts, so rollover contracts we can say. So if you have to roll over your position from 1 month to next month, so I think those spread contracts can be introduced. Then we do not have any index. If you look at equity market, if you look at commodities market, these markets are now like our exchanges. They are all having, like in NSE, we have a Nifty contract, we have Bank Nifty contract, we have Fin Nifty. And these indices are very popular and they also act as a hedging mechanism. So my sense is that we should have a index on different currencies. Maybe currently we have 4 contracts, like we have rupee dollar contract, we have euro rupee contract, we have GBP rupee contract, we have yen rupee contract. So if you can have an index of rupee index, I think that can be a very good idea, and that should actually shape ultimately into a contract.
And well,